Hello, it's me, and I've got a semi-new puzzle. I say semi-new because it's not really a new concept, but it is new mass-produced, and this is the Circle 2x2 by Sengso, or Sengso. So in many ways, it's more like a crazy 2x2 than a circle 2x2. A circle 2x2 is where every one of the circles are alike, where they're fixed. In this case, a crazy would be some are fixed and some are not. So in looking at this, I know it might be a little hard to see just because of the color scheme, but if I turn this, the center circles move right with it. You can see it if I go like this, so it moves right with it. However, if I go to the opposite side, the circles are stationary, and that has to do with the geometry of the puzzle. You can see better if I go like this, circles are stationary. So the way that this works, because of the geometry of the puzzle, on one side it's going to move with it. On the other side, it's going to be stationary. So we've got four circles that are stationary, and right opposite that, it actually moves with it. So it lends to a lot of interesting characteristics with this puzzle, because really what it comes down to is this piece is the same as this piece over here. This piece is the same as this piece. So when I move this, this moves along with it, and these pieces move right along with the equivalent centerpieces over here. Whereas this represents kind of like a different kind of a puzzle. So really, all these are the same, which is the same as this, but you've got this fused area over here. So they took a fused cube and they just sort of put it down to where you end up with a puzzle inside a puzzle. So I do have a previous version of this. This is made by Allah, and this is again a 2x2 circle cube. And this is why I like black stickered puzzles, because you can see the geometry so much better on this side, and then on this side you see it moves with it. Now I did go through a solve of this before, but I figure since this is mass produced, I might as well go through it again, just from the standpoint of showing you how well the puzzle moves, and if this is something that you'd want to get. In any case, I'm going to start off spoiler-free in terms of how to solve it or the characteristics. I'm going to start off with just the movement of the puzzle, the scramble of the puzzle, and then I'll tell you when we get into spoilers about algorithms and how to solve it. Again, you can just look at this and see how that was done. But honestly, I don't remember exactly what I did, so let's see if I can refigure this out. So the question is, can we solve this? Well, I did give you some characteristics where really this is kind of like a fused puzzle, where this side over here is a separate puzzle from this corner over here. Same thing with this is different from this. And you can see that as you move this, sometimes this is a little off-center. The good thing about the plastic version is rarely does that happen. It rarely goes off-center. Okay, so let's take a look at a scramble of the puzzle and see what this looks like. So just move it here, and I find that the movement is really, really very, very smooth. So it's very playable. The size is good. It doesn't stick. Doesn't really pop, so far as I know. I don't recommend corner cutting with this, because if you try to do that, you're going to start separating these over here, and you might actually put something in the wrong orbit. So just move it kind of carefully. The key with this is it's kind of a gimmick puzzle, not a speed solving puzzle. Alright, so looks pretty good. Alright, and my goal is to try to separate these layers out as much as possible. And what I'm left with is I'm left with two kinds of puzzles here. A regular 2x2 and, well, the circle version, the puzzle inside, the fused portion of it. Okay, so as you can see, the movement is quite good. And now we're not sure what's the fixed side and what's not unless you actually move it. Okay, so not bad. Let's see if we can't separate more things out here. Okay, so pretty good. So there it is. It's a very playable, very stable puzzle, so certainly good for your collection. I do hope they come out with a black stickered version of that sometime soon, because I think it'll go well with the collection. But Sengso is actually producing a lot of crazy puzzles that look like this, so that would look pretty good in the collection as well. Alright, so in terms of solving this puzzle, the one thing to realize is that being a fused kind of a puzzle, there's going to be one corner piece where these center pieces are always going to be fixed. So find the corner piece where everything is fixed, and that's going to be these colors here. The center pieces are going to be the same color as the corner pieces. So let's see if we can find that, and that's going to be right here. So you can see red is with red, green is with green, white is with white. And no matter where I turn, that will never separate. So this corner piece, just like there are some centers that are fixed and some centers that are movable in the 3x3 version, in the 2x2 version, you're going to have one corner that's really going to be the source of the centers that move with the side, and that's going to be this. So any center, any side that is lined up with this corner is going to be the one where the centers move, and the opposite one is going to be the one where it's fixed. Okay, so once you see that over here, it's just going to be something to bear in mind. But actually the first step doesn't really put that in play. It's just do your 2x2 solve. Do your outer corner 2x2 solve. So what I'm about to demonstrate now is why, I'm not a speed cuber. So I'm just going to do my 2x2 solve, line this green with this white over here, find the green and yellow, which is right over here. So bring this down. I assume knowledge on solving in 2x2. If not, what are you doing with this puzzle? Anyway, so this is good. So now we're going to put in the last layer. So when I see this configuration, I find the blue that's facing me, do a SUNY, R, U, R, I, U, R, 2U, R, I. That'll rotate all these up. I look for the corners that are in. It's right here. Move that to the left and do my corner swapping algorithm. 2R, U, 2R, UI, 2R. Turn the puzzle 90 degrees counterclockwise. 2R, UI, 2R, U, 2R. Okay. And then I simply move this in. Now that should not have knocked anyone's socks off. That is a typical 2x2 solve. If you didn't follow that, solve it the way that you normally solve it. The main part of, I think, the solve tutorial is how to deal with these center pieces here. So let's see if I can remember how to do that. Well, as I recall, I took this corner piece that has all these center pieces that are fixed. It's basically fused in here. And I took that to the bottom left. So that's at the bottom front left. And then what I did is I started to move these in conjunction with each other. And what this algorithm is going to do is going to move this piece to here, this piece to here, and this piece to here. But it's more than that. Remember, this piece is the same as this piece. So it's going to move both of these two to here, these two to here, and these two to here. So really, when you're solving 3, you're actually solving 6. So here's how that's going to look. I need to put a red one in here. I can move this any way I want. So this red will go here, which is good. This will go here, which is not good because I don't want to bat this out. So might I have an orange one, and I can move this down here. Now, once I'm finished with the algorithm, I simply remember to move this back and move this back. So it's deconstruction and reconstruction. So let's deconstruct. This will go here to come into here. Then we'll simply move this down. You got to remember what you did, but I think if we remember to take this orange and move it up here, we'll be okay. So this will go down to here, be where it needs to be. This will be where it needs to be, and this will be where it needs to be over here. So how this algorithm is going to work is, as I recall, with this on the bottom left, we're going to do RI, UI, RI, UI, RI, then U, R, U, R, U. And what you're going to find is this is in, and this is in. So let's deconstruct it back. This will come up to here, and this will come back over here. So what I'm going to do is just find other opportunities. Now, because this is already filled in, what I can do, as long as this is on the bottom left, then I can turn the puzzle anywhere I want. So turning it here, still on the bottom left, but now we can do it from this perspective. This is already in, so I'm going to go to the bottom left over here. So I'm going to look for a green. Do I have a green up here? And I do. Green to here, yellow to here, orange to here rather, and white to here. So I'm going to put 2 in. So that's good enough to use. RI, UI, RI, UI, RI. Then reverse it, U, R, U, R, U. So now this is in. We'll just move this back. So you can see we're really filling this in pretty well. I'm going to turn around now. If you don't see any that can come into here, then what I'm going to do is keep turning this up until I find one, a configuration that's here. Okay, so now this can be placed. So I want to find a red one if I can. If I can't, then I'll just look for any one that isn't in yet, and that's this. So this to here, this to here, this to here. Now, is there any place that I can put in here that can be fixed? Well, I can move this down. This isn't where it needs to be. If I do this algorithm twice, this will end up over here. These won't be solved, but at least I'll put one in. So why not? RI, UI, RI, UI, RI, UR, UR, U. One more time, this to here, and this to here. So it's a very fast-moving algorithm. R-I-U-I, R-I-U-I, R-I, U-R, U-R, U. So that's in. So now we have to move back what we took in. So let's see if I remember. This will go here, I believe. And this will go here, and this will go here. Okay, so now we take stock in what we've got so far, and now we're down really to the last two. Well, you think it's the last four, but it's really the last two, this and this. So let's see what we can set up. This to here. Now this doesn't go here. However, if I move this up like so, this red will go here, this red will go here, and this white will go here. So at the end of the day, I'll move this to here, which it doesn't really matter. There's, well, that'll be good, and this will go over to here, this will go down here. But there's equivalency, so it's a 3 cycle where I'm moving these two in. This to here, and this to here, this will come up over here. So let's do the algorithm. R-I, U-I, R-I, U-I, R-I, U, R, U, R, U. That's in. Now what's interesting is that that's all it took. I move this down, and it's done. So what I like about this puzzle is you get your 2x2 solved, and then for the center, it's just interesting enough to want to do it over and over again because it's a matter of positioning and strategy. So it's a very simple algorithm, fun puzzle. I highly recommend you get it to add it to your collection. It's a fun solve, just enough of a challenge to keep you interested. Thanks for watching.